breaking it down. CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town. Broke half on fire, no one spit it better. Reef wing like a beast, no one does it clever. Cena through elbows, Punk through shade. Chains clang, bodies bang, rivalry displayed. Slanted to the chains like lions in the cage. Toronto crowd wild, unleash all the rage. In the summer, in the summer. The Garden's buzzing, New York feel electric. Punk's fist cracking, Seth's got a death wish, hectic. Cody says, man, Punk looking hungry tonight. Jake nods, but Seth flips, guts all in the fight. Roman stomps through, Rex plans in his strut. Tribal chief with bad vibes, tearing it up. MSG crowd, stunned faces in the stand. Cody shakes his head, this again. Damn, man. Y'all believe in Joe Hendry's name. Fighting through the fire in the wrestling game. Hardy soar like the legends they defined. Knockouts fight, her power aligns. Mic drop, we analyze every bout. Discussing every twist, don't leave a doubt. Predictions, insights, we break it all down. Into somewhere best critics around. Into somewhere we reviewing every bout. Breaking down the moves, ain't no shadow of doubt. WWE Heat, we bring that white hot flame. From prayer to gun, we calling names. Yeah. Turnbuckle tension, the ropes might snap. Jake calling spots, Cody's laying the map. Spaz with the bent, or a joke, then a clue. Breaking it down for the hardcore crew. Into somewhere wrestling minds collide.
Watch the countdown.
Breaking down the chaos, the truth won't hide. Briefcase in the air, who's taking the gold? We're diving deep, stories unfold. RKO hits like a freight train crash. Lights out cold in the WWE backlash. Cats on fire, gonna brought down low. Fighting flames on this endless show. Somewhere Jake and Spaz ride, taking you on an NXT pride. Cincinnati's roar can't hide. Wrestling dreams all collide. The scoop on the belts and the rivalries brewing. Tag teams exploding, legends renewing. From indie vibes to the big stage proving. Every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. First night, false fists in the sky. Second night, the legends collide. Into somewhere we crash and burn. Turn the page, no way to return. CM Punk and Gunther fight. Cody Rhodes, John Cena ignite. Broken foot, but the show rolls on. Jake's pain sings a quiet song. In the sun where we all fall. Wrestling rumors, wrestling brawls. Jake and Cody calling it raw. In the somewhere breaking the wall. Eclipse, a suplex, dreams and chair shots, scream. Jake and Cody on the screen, voices loud, bright and mean. NXT Heatwave, predictions scream. Forbidden door, wide open wide. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna slide? Talking matches, truth won't hide. Into somewhere we all go. We all
Holy hell, what a day of wrestling. What's going on, ladies and gents? It's Jake, a.k.a. Countdown Ended, coming to you from the invisible abyss that sucks up my microphone. How we doing? What a show indeed it was. That was massively impressive. This has been a great day of wrestling, that's for certain. Hopefully you're doing well. It's August 24th. Again, for the second time today, we are live, but we're not live where we were before. We're banned on TikTok. It took another 7 days. I don't know. We get a stream on there. We had like 1,000 people watching our second stream ever. It was great. And the content gods.
Is a disaster.
You know they can't hear you, right? Because I didn't introduce you.
They can't.
You stupid. Don't this up for me. This is a big show. Don't do it. Fucking getting us banned on TikTok, Cody. God. All right. We'll you ready?
No.
And as always, you hear that voice. We're brought in by the one, the only, the man to my beef sandwich. That's right. Cody Onidi 316. What's going on, broski? Sorry,
Now
I
they
forgot
can
to
hear
hit.
me.
Yeah, I forgot to hit your button. That was my bad.
It's all good.
I got a lot
Now they
going
can
on.
hear
You don't
me,
want to hear
so-
yourself twice. I got to
don't-
deal with you once. That's all they need.
So they don't want to probably hear me at all because there's petitions to fire me. Oh, well, Liz is the only person in that group, I guess.
After the incident today, there's like 1,004 signatures now to fire you. Everyone
What
thinks it's
incident?
pretty. People think it's kind of gross that you shit your pants on air.
You mean the farting sound effect that you
I don't know what to tell you. I was like, guys, he's just kidding. You know, he wouldn't really do that.
well, you gave me something before. You gave me some sort of food, and then what did you put in it?
I told you Taco Bell's delicious on its own, but a few laxatives later, baby, I'm dealing with, diarrhea soup already, so I figured you'd be in the same heat.
Wait,
but,
so it was you, and you blamed me for your...
a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna move myself this way so Instagram can actually see me. That would help. So yeah, I forgot. We got to format that. I think you need 2 XSplits running something. I got to look into stuff. I don't know. Maybe I should hit up Muhammad Iman again and see what he's got for me. Right? Didn't sound like a scam. But speaking of money, bitch, where's my dollars?
What dollars?
We made
I don't know what
not
you're talking
one,
about. Well,
but 2 bets. On top of you not
Yeah.
yeeting in public again, we'll give that 2.5. All right, so 2.5. Okay.
okay.
All right, Pinky's gone. Oh yeah, it's like a wood shop hello. Yeah. Any event, terrible joke. Regardless, buddy, you told me earlier. Actually, it was last night. You're like, did you watch SmackDown yet? I'm like, not yet. Friday night has been really rough, and you're like, I got you. Well, here's the thing. I heard that Liv Morgan's coming back at Forbidden Door, and I'm like, Cody. And you're like, no. Listen, this guy on Instagram used to take pictures of her cat's nephew, and he knows what's up. He does. He swears. So you told me, you're like, I'll bet you $25. I said, Cody, I'm not going to take your money. And you're like, fine. What did you call me? Do you remember?
I don't remember what I called you because I must have...
Twat waffle. And then you said,
No,
I'll double it. I said, fine, Cody, that's $50. Right? So we virtually shook on it. The emojis, the predator.
Well,
gifs.
think about it. There was someone in the audience named Liv, and then like they were sponsored by Morgan and Morgan. That person. So if you put that all together, Liv Morgan.
Cash at me, whatever you got to do, bud. But it's coming out of your check one way or another. Granted. Then.
Well, you gave me $50.
Then you said to me, wait, I also heard that she's returning at NXT Heatwave. And you put up an additional
I said she was returning at both shows. Are you sure I said this?
positives. You need to see the texts. I don't like to air your DMs in public, but I mean, the agreement is there. So now you're saying you have no recollection of this, Mushroom Man. I'm telling you right now, you're going to pay up one way or another.
They can't hear me now, right? You're not going to tell them I said she's returning tomorrow, right? For real. You're not going to.
For $1,000? No, I won't let them know you're in that much, but I do need my $100. Hold on, let's put this back.
Then she's going to return.
NXT Heatwave looks like a gem of a gem for the card. The getting there part was a little difficult because there were some good twists and turns. Yeah.
Speaking about her, so she had a shoulder injury, and I possibly might have one. So did you do some scientifical, I don't know, something where her injury got transferred to me, so she's medically cleared to return? Or
voodoo?
You said you were working on some. You said you were some sort of wizard, didn't you?
Voodoo? Not me. No.
Huh.
How are those Mets?
Well, they won the series against the Braves. They might have lost today, but they won the series. So.
They won the series, but how are they today?
Let's not talk about today.
Time to pay up, Cody. Time to pay up. We talked about a bunch of issues and enjoyments earlier today.
They blew the fucking game again. No, now you're going to make me crash out because they blew the fucking game again because the pitching can't do anything. And then they have to. They're up 2-0, right? Right. What does the pitching do? They fucking fumble, and it's not even football, and they fumble more than any football team I've ever seen. And then they fucking just make me wanna.
I saw the dribble highlight. I wish we could play it. The only highlight that I'm going to attempt to play is this one. So we'll check this out really quick. Look at that. Yeah, see all the effects. They all work so well, right? I had a nice little video prep for this. If I pull it in, I'm sure it's going to be extremely loud and long. So we'll have to do that in a second for you guys. We'll have to cue it up. But I am genuinely excited with the show they gave us. And it did something in the ending that I was waiting for from AEW today, which is build towards the future. We know what's to come. We know who they're facing next. We have no idea who's next up for Hangman. MJF still has his contract. Like, they had to hospitalize, poor Will. He got real bad. They whooped his ass. I mean, he was already needing surgery. How much more are we going to do to this poor guy? Your neck needs to be fused. Well, you also need to be a little bit of a shithead, apparently. So, beautiful. Like, oh my God. I mean, don't want to get us taken down, but I had to at least show it very quickly once because that is creme de la creme. That is a hell of a moment during the main event tonight. I couldn't believe how they went ahead and managed to pull off as much as they did. Javon, he's the new ultimate underdog, but he did it in a great way. It was very unique and worthwhile how he pulled this off. Everything made sense, and I thought it was fantastic. Yes.
Any update with like that guy that appears in the middle and end of our show, like with that evil voice?
So when I was saying I wanted more ice, I wasn't talking about my drink. Manny's gone. Haven't seen him since. Been a week with no interruptions. Coincidence?
So what did you do to Manny? You never told me what you actually did to him.
I didn't do anything. He went home to Guatemala.
Where? Oh, well, is he just visiting or is he coming back at all?
You heard they tore down Alcatraz Island, right?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they're taking that down. So they just started shipping everybody, and what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But bye, Manny. Asshole.
So you
put him on? Yes, he's gonna be in a wheelchair now because they crippled him. Because guess what? He has 15 paradigm DVDs to sell still. I ranted on it before. It's my turn now. What neurosurgeon in their goddamn mind? Neurosurgeons in general are the most anal retentive people that I know, and I am just blown away. Talvish, how's it going? Long time no talk. Hopefully you're doing well. I cannot fathom, believe any neurosurgeon besides one heavily paid
Wait,
by
you
a
were
con
blown
member.
away? So
Blown
Manny is
away.
still there. So Manny's still there. I caught you.
Listen, don't worry about Manny. What's left of him is not here anymore. He went home. Minus 2 legs. What are you going to do? Shit happens. Don't mess with into somewhere. That's what happens, right? So we had our own little fun, and you know, this just it is what it's going to be. AEW, I want to love you, but you make it so hard sometimes. You really do. The baby faces can't go in and
I can
save him
rage about
because
that show again.
the cage is locked, but it has no
Oh, yeah.
fucking roof. Like, come on, make it make sense. I
That's
want to
why I
like it,
said,
but that,
if you're gonna do this whole situation anywhere where everyone's locked outside, add a fucking roof.
we've got Twitter up, we've got Instagram, we've got YouTube. Please, anybody right now, tell me at least one part of tonight that didn't make sense with NXT. I don't want to be like unbiased sounding or unfair. Like it's just, but tonight was just a really good show
I've
with
gotten,
not a good
I've gotten a
build.
few DMs.
The
I've
build
gotten a
was
few
not
DMs.
great at
I'm just
all.
an AEW hater. Everyone's like, but WWE's the same way right now. I'm like, WWE actually has storylines leading into their matches, and they're like, so does AEW. Then they're like, I'm like, tell me AEW storylines then. And then they can't answer that. Then they're like, but they have great matches. I'm like, just because they want to make every match a hardcore match for the visual of the sake of visuals,
Yes.
doesn't make it good.
No. And that's the problem. And I wish at one point it could have been something better, but
Like,
unfortunately,
I'm not like you're just sunset. I don't care that they do spots like that fork in the ear. Like that doesn't bother me, but you do it all the fucking time.
it's
Oh
constant.
my god.
And there's a lot of it. And I'm not sure how much more we can take of it. So you know, it's been a lot to watch, and that's been the problem. So NXT tonight made a great deal of sense. Overall, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Javon got screwed, but this,
Whoa.
I'm sorry, this was epic. I mean, it
Pause.
just, oh God, that was so cool. The way they pulled this off. And hold on, let me go ahead and make it play on show source because I'm prepared properly, right? Nuts. Insane. I mean, I can't even fathom how much that hurt. That's so insanely painful. So wow, hell of a clip. I'm telling you, these guys, they put it all out there.
It's crazy how WWE like imitates what we do sometimes, because I remember I did that to you last night.
I remember the last time somebody got screwed like this, and it was at the same type of Heatwave-esque feeling show where you had an underdog that you really wanted to get behind and win in Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And he faced Triple H. He got him with the dirty deeds. And that was the first time they had done
Where did he face Triple H again? What was the where was that show at?
Roadblock. It was
Roadblock?
in
Okay.
fuck, where was it? It was where was it? Toronto?
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto,
Might be.
elimination
That was
chambers.
around 2016 when Triple H was WWE champion again, right?
Yes, he had the title, and everybody wanted Dean, and it came down to him and Dean in the last of the Rumble, so they did it back at Roadblock, and he gets him with the dirty deeds, pins him 1, 2, 3, but he had 1 foot under the rope, and they had not had a call like that. For all the years I was reviewing before that, I cannot recall a time where they had they did it a few times since then. I could have sworn they did it with Lesnar and him and Brian, maybe, or AJ, something like that. Where Lesnar's foot was under the
Brian at Survivor Series, right?
Yeah. So interestingly enough, that's where we're at,
wait.
you know, and yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
All right.
My
So long
brain's
as
not operating.
I have been up since Thursday. Well, Thursday night was the last time I slept. So technically since Friday
I'm
morning.
complaining.
Right?
I've been up since 6 in the morning.
Come on.
So,
What do I got? Wait, just day number 3. Come on. You got this. Wake up.
well, it's a natural habitat for you to be up all hours of every day, and I've been up since 6 in the morning. And
All
I'm
the
bitching.
photo shoots.
So
Yeah. I know. A lot of hamsters to clean up
you
too.
told them about the photo shoots?
Wow.
Me and you did photo shoots for for our fans. Well, only our fans, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. There was one that Spaz went to. I thought Roadblock was in Canada. Maybe it was 2015? Yeah. Roadblock December
Spaz?
2016. I'll have to look back. You might be right.
How is Spaz then now? Like, I know he's gotten a little more angry with stuff.
Well, I mean, he did go ahead and put out a pretty awesome tweet there tonight. We saw him with, Hal's favorite, Priscilla Kelly. So that was cool to see. Good with him having a little bit of fun out with Destiny. And Destiny went ahead and got announced to go ahead and have a TV deal. They're going to be on the Roku channel. So they're doing better than some other places at this point. But cool on him to see him with the new Destiny Women's Champ. So that's awesome. Congratulations to the former Gigi. Now back to Priscilla Kelly. That's awesome. I really enjoyed all of tonight.
Thing about Naomi, right? You didn't text him anything about
No. I just wanted to let that go. I knew that would be a sore spot.
What about
for him.
Canada being the 51st state? Nothing about that either.
Nothing about that either. So
tariffs.
The original Roadblock was early 2016 in Toronto. Yes. Okay. So I'm not crazy. All right. I was making sure because.
Wait, you're not crazy?
Yo,
this is breaking news. Breaking news, everyone.
Well,
live into somewhere.
Yeah.
We found out Jake DeMarco is not crazy. That's crazy. Well,
listen, bitch. I can silence you, but only at certain times. Not until the money comes in. This was a good show, honestly, from top to bottom. It may not have had the results everybody wanted, but the storytelling was there. I was 5 out of 6 for predictions. I think you were the same as well. But the coverage was great. The opening match had a triple threat. We had Jada Parker taking on Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice. This is obviously coming from Lowell, Massachusetts at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Streamed live on Peacock, as I said before, August 24th, 2025. You had Sam Roberts and Megan outside, and they did their little pre-show stuff. It was good. Who's arriving? Who's there? All the little filmings. As I said, we start out with the triple threat. That was a shit ton of fun. I feel like the right person won here, surprisingly. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but Lola's on a huge rise right now. She's doing very big things in AAA. She's in NXT. She's been pretty dominant in the mindset of fans. So I don't see why it's not a good idea to make her the #1 contender. She's a good face to get behind. She's exciting in the ring usually. I thought the Taekwondo kicks and stuff she did looked much better tonight. We got the usual, Jada Parker, hip attacks. There was just a lot of good back and forth here. You saw her using knees to, block some finishes off the top rope. And Jada gave Kalani one time a huge gourd buster and right on top of Lola Vice. That was pretty badass. Lola's strong, though. I mean, basically, Kalani gets hit with a big, hits Lola with a big kick. And eventually, Lola was able to get out of Kalani's 450 into a guillotine choke. And basically, Jada hit Jordan with the hypnotic, and then Lola rolled up Jada, and that was it. That was money. 12 minutes in, out, really solid, 3.5 stars. I liked it a lot. It was a good story told. Lola Vice was able to be like an ultimate opportunist, but not in a cheating way. It's just her being smart.
Wait, you see this? I hate to compare, but we did both reviews today, so we're going to fucking compare.
Yes.
You see what happens when story is in a match?
It makes a big
more important.
Makes a big difference. It really
does. How
does.
it is in ring. A match is made by the story in the ring, not just by the moves.
You're not wrong, sir. And a lot of times, WWE stories have not been great.
Take. And I think this is why sports entertainment beats pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah. I mean, because we saw a lot of pro wrestling earlier today and then a lot of, wrestling, sports entertainment tonight, and dealing with both.
And I think
they each have their own style. Like, I'm not big into hardcore matches and watching people just stab each other with forks and barbed wire. And to me, it's like it's overkill. You don't need it. You can get the same reaction.
Well, did you like ECW?
I did, but I
You
was
like
younger
ECW?
there. I had a different.
Yeah.
That was also new, and they pushed the envelope, but it wasn't like every episode there was.
I think
you know,
it was
like there was always
still
something
different, yeah.
crazy, but they did different shit all the time. Like, oh my god, they had
I
a
think it
barbed wire
was
match. Now it's an
different, yeah.
exploding barbed wire match. Now we're doing a chairs match. You know, now we're doing like they upped things, and then they would pull off stunts like Bam Bam, you know, through the stage, shit like that. They would do the lights out thing like 19 times an episode. And Sabu would come out of nowhere, or the Sandman, you'd hear him in the, you know, come from the rafters with a 6-pack and just pouring it down fucking
That's why I
teenagers'
say
gullets.
I think people compare it to ECW. I think ECW is different. Than
But
what
the
AEW
culture was
is.
different. The time was different. The attitude towards wrestling was completely different. Like people were against the stupid, let's include RoboCop on WCW type era we were in with Surfer Sting still, and before the NWO and all that, when Hogan was feuding with every heel in the business, including Ric Flair, and the made-up Dungeon of Doom, so that he could take on more assholes and then team up with a Yeti, whatever. Point being, you had that to choose from, or you had, you know, Doink and Duke the Dumpster and Repo Man and like silly characters, the Mountie. You know, like, so people just wanted to be like, I want something that feels real. I want something that's not just gritty, but just isn't cartoonishly stupid. I want to see men out there kicking the shit out of each other and hot women that need to be molested to make the audience cheer. And then rip girls. That was ECW. God, this we're already off TikTok, so what does it matter?
Sure.
We're gonna censor ourselves anymore. I'm too crotchety for that shit. But it is deodorant attacking me. Where the fuck did that come from? I have so much shit around me from being stuck in this fucking chair forever now. So I literally have my entire room and life in front of me. I've got rations I need to eat. I've got crackers. I've got arm weights that I've been wearing every day all day. So when I have to crawl, I can do it a little bit easier. Yeah.
What
Just
kind
like-
of crackers?
Cody's mom flavored grilled cheese.
You know what?
I love your mom,
This
by
is
the way.
why
She's so
we'll
sweet.
never
I'm
get-
sorry. This is why I can't take them back out for sushi dinner, huh? She's never going to be
Well,
able to look at me the same.
Well, last time.
I was very inappropriate.
Well,
I know.
that's-
I know. But I was also like 50 shots of
you took
sake
seafood
in.
the wrong way.
I told you
Took
I will see
seafood.
you at 6. And for some reason, you saw that with your dyslexic ass is like 9. So I called you at like 8 o'clock. I'm like, where are you for dinner? I'm trashed, waiting for you, holding this table. And you're like, thought you said 9. I was like, no, 6. So then you hurry up by the time you get there, all that shit. I couldn't even stand. Thought your mom was my wife. It's not my fault.
Well, what could have made you think that? Like,
She kissed back.
well, that's
Besides the
today,
triple
but-
threat opening, it was hot. Like your mom. I mean, it was like warm as hell.
Hey,
and
hey, hey,
heat wave. Listen,
Ugh.
shit pants McGee, I don't know what kind of leverage you have over me, but I could bury you. You can't tell me when to stop. It was a really solid opening
Well,
match,
I
right?
have the
3.5
ironclad
stars?
contract.
You do.
3.5
You have
stars,
that.
that's
You've got that locked up. They had a little meeting with the culling,
Oh.
kind of like, one of our backstage meetings where I'm like, you did good. You're so good for the group. Don't worry. You'll learn
You
yet.
started giving shoulder
You'll
rubs
learn. And I
and-
just start petting you. Yeah, see, you know. And just, good Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So, culling, grooming, not too far off. Just throwing that one out there. So,
It's words, right?
people
Words
are
a word,
surprised, but we did say start counting the days down until what? Hank and Tank? They
Christmas. Oh,
no, they lose their titles because the champs went in there against 4 men
speaking
in
about
Dark State. Yes.
Well, a few topics. I just wanted to make this random question because I brought up Christmas. Is it Halloween season? Someone asked. My friend wanted you to answer that. For
The
me. He
man
just
with the
texted me.
tattooed fucking pumpkin on his arm. You're asking me. Well, there we go. I can kind of. It's shitty, but you
Is
can see
August
it. Yeah.
Halloween season for you? After 4th of July.
No, I always say September has to be like even like
September.
mid-September. I don't like it being
Mid-September.
super long. That's the enjoyment
Because
of Halloween. It's not around a
you
long
saw
time.
there's
People
a
want to
bunch of
start
pumpkin
Christmas.
spice
Oh,
stuff
I
out
know.
now.
There is so much. They had all the Halloween candy out like the day before I was fucking laid up for my
They had
last
the
surgery.
Halloween Oreos out, I saw.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
when I went to Walmart.
that surgery update video that I made with Milo pulling me on the wheelchair into the hospital. I thought it was funny. They said that was medical misinformation and took it down. Because I included the entire X-ray of my surgery, and they're like, I was like, is it gory? There's not even blood. It's an X-ray and pictures of stitches. Like, you have full surgeries on these websites. Like, what's the issue?
Right.
You know what baffles me though? I have a video of a surgery update, but have you seen the new YouTube meta? It's resurfacing again. It's women in see-through clothing hauls. So they're trying on very sheer or see-through garments like lingerie or things like that. And then that's what they do, and then they funnel them into their side project, you know? So I wish I had a vagina.
And another question. You heard No Mercy was announced?
Yes, No Mercy and Halloween Havoc.
Wait, is it No Mercy's for NXT, right?
Yes. So they went ahead and
people were confused because they weren't advertising NXT No Mercy.
Yes, NXT No Mercy, the show, will be in September, I think 15th, something like that. I had it up before. I'll pull it up again. I'm sorry.
Halloween Havoc, by the way, needs to be brought back for the main roster.
I would like it for the main roster as well, but surprisingly, that's not what we're going to get. It is going to be NXT based, but Halloween night is Friday night SmackDown Live. And then the next night, they're doing a show as well. Saturday night's main event, I believe, is the next night, which will also be a Halloween surprise. So interestingly enough, but yeah, we've got quite a few things to look forward to here. Quite a many shows. All in all, I like how we have certain matches for the future. We know Lola Vice is going to face whoever the women's champ is, most likely JC, at No Mercy. So that's great. Then we also have, things to look forward to beyond that with Halloween Havoc. So at least it's not super rushed, 4 weeks in between. This one was kind of hard because it went from June shows to Evolution to, everything else in SummerSlam weekend and this. So everything kind of just kept feeling rushed. I really enjoyed, though, what we got from them overall today. Like I said, Dark State. So they had Osiris Griffin and Dion Lennox. I picked the other two. I picked, Mr. Sugars and Mr. I Will Take You From Behind James. He said it, not me.
Again,
just throwing that out there.
To me every night, though.
But I didn't say it. I didn't say it to him. No, I don't need any more laxatives. Did you finish all your tacos?
Tacos. Oh, yeah. Taco Bell. Well, here's the thing. I've always gotten sick eating Taco Bell.
Just a coincidence then, see?
Yeah.
Told you.
But you put laxatives, you said, in it.
No,
well,
I wouldn't do that. It had a DoorDash sealed sticker on it. You can't tamper with that. That's impossible.
It did?
You can't ask for another one at the restaurant because your daughter knows the manager? Of course not. I don't know. I'm still pretty angry, though. I'm trying not to be, but I'm still pretty pissed off. I'm even lower to the ground now, like a midget, just falling out there. Woo! In the center more. Halfway to Daisy. So I don't like when silly things happen in wrestling, and there's so many tropes that I wish would go away.
Midget?
Yeah.
What?
That's what the name of the chair is.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's the brand.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. If I can get it on camera, I don't think I can lift the armrest any higher. Midgett. I think it's Swedish.
Are you talking? Yeah, I thought you were talking about that midget that you were trying to flirt with the other night, remember?
Granted,
None.
we called this. Hank and Tank, they lost. And I was kind of not upset because there's not that many more tag teams right now. Elevate, Dark State, Hank and Tank are pretty much ready to go to the main roster. It was well wrestled. It was a solid tag team match.
But speaking about midgets,
3.5 stars.
I like, about those like leprechauns and stuff.
Yes, I do.
I thought I saw a rainbow outside.
Go look for your pot of gold. Jesus. All right.
All right. I'm gonna go look for the pot of gold because I like rainbows, and I know I won't chase the leprechaun this time like I did last time. But
how much of my shit have you taken today?
I don't know. You said take a ton.
Everybody, thank Cody very much. We'll see him after he goes and
leprechaun. Something.
Metal detecting? Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Metal detecting.
Go look for your rainbow. Granted, I wanted to enjoy everything I possibly could with AEW. And the Tony match was good. MJF and Hangman was damn good. The overkill be damned. Things are overbooked. I'm okay with it. But you can't get in the door of the cage? Fine. But you just showed Ospreay doing a freaking moonsault off the top of it. I mean, does nobody realize they can just look up and climb? Can't raise the cage, can't. I mean, they're holding them off inside. I get that, but I try to give them credit. I try to be patient. Oh. Sorry, I'm more metal than man and more pill than machine. My God, chat. Cody's on something. I don't know what it is, but he's on my video stream. I don't put him on his, but he literally just ran outside in his underwear, screeching, saying, Leprechaun! So I think I fucked up with the Taco Bell. I think I gave him my old surgery meds and not the laxatives. Any event, yeah, I mean, Hank tries to get out of it. He hits Cutler, but then everybody, Griffin, Chigurh, they come in to kill him. That's it. I mean, really, it was that simple to kill them all. 3.5 stars. Good match. Solid, but I missed the days of the black and gold tag team division, like, DIY, The Revival, AOP. Need I go on? There was so many just amazing pairings. I even like when, before the Undisputed Alliance, as they would, Undisputed Era went ahead and it came about. They did Roger Strong and the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne, and that was a ton of fun. And from there, I was just, 2.0 sucked it out of everybody. But this, I'm telling you.
Let me talk to you.
Yeah. It was a good match. Just nothing to complain about in it. The heels had the advantage. It makes me question one thing. I don't understand. I mean, every episode, he's there. He's always there. They go ahead constantly, and they show him coming out of fridges and appearing in cupboards and coming out of mattresses and then like the little, oh God, just he's aided Hank and Tank many times before. He didn't get involved with the main event, nothing with the TNA title. Where the hell is Joe Hendry?
Say his name and he appears.
Not again, I'm on a loop, please. I guess he doesn't like it dry either. Fucking Amazon. Supposed to be here this morning. Goddamn 55-gallon drum. Paid big money for it. I'm telling you. I'm wondering as to what's going on, but hopefully people know. This show, it was fun all the way through and through. I enjoyed it. Like I said, that match, it could have been better, yes, but I wanted it to be as good as it could be, and that's what it was. So 3.5 stars feels fair. Then we had our triple threat, and I thought I thought I had an idea, but I was wrong. JC Jane with Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix did not retain. Ash by Elegance, Dana Brooke, good for her. She won the TNA Knockouts title, taking on triple threat of Masha, Ash, and JC. I mean, they had some great spots here. The concierge kept getting involved and was distracting Masha. That was fun. We saw a great super kick come from Jane. That sounded brutal. This is Ash's first match on NXT since 2023, so cool to see that. They had, you know, basically Jade got DDT'd into Ash from Masha being in the corner. It was a really cool spot. We saw some, you know, Yakuza kicks, shotgun kicks, thrust kicks, and Frankensteiners. They were just, you know, throwing kicks all over the place. And that's when you saw Heather and M by Elegance go ahead and start fighting with Fatal Influence. So the referee said he saw Fallon and Nix get involved, and he ejects them both. And that's when Masha rolls up Ash, but JC's not going to have it. She puts her in the jawbreaker, and then all of a sudden, Masha, able to get out of it, she gives her the electric chair drop on the apron. Brutal, brutal landing. And Ash just went ahead and hit JC and Masha with a big-ass dive all the way down at ringside. I was like, oh, this is great. Bunch of near falls here. And basically at the end, you know, we saw Ash give Masha a huge tornado DDT and a big springboard moonsault. Looked perfect. She has improved every single year. From I am not a household name against, you know, Ronda Rousey to what she did now. It's been fantastic. She has been a pleasure to watch. I'm glad she got the chance to go to TNA. They have certain people that you can see like, oh, they really messed up on this one. And seeing Ricochet in the pre-show, like, kind of cements that for me. Every time the rocket was strapped to him, it seemed like he disarmed it somehow. I don't know if it's a backstage thing. I don't know if it's just a creative thing, but it never worked. I thought this really exceeded my expectations. It was like a 12.5-minute match. It was cool to see Ash hit Masha with the rarefied air swanton bomb from the top. Looked beautiful. She holds up the title. Carlos Silva there in person. He is celebrating that the Knockouts Championship is back under his TNA banner. And then you saw them pose with the titles. It was, you know, they got the Knockouts tag titles, and now she's the champ. Awesome work. I really enjoyed this. Probably 3 3/4 stars, I would give it. All in all, this was a lot of fun, and the only match that I didn't have the proper prediction with, surprisingly enough. We go ahead and we lead into, you know, not my favorite part. You know, they what was missing on NXT tonight? I'll tell you. Get him to do every single intro, always. If you were that excited, I want, when I flush the toilet, to hear you scream my name coming out of a speaker somewhere, so I feel like I accomplished something, right? You get what I'm saying, especially with Taco Bell. Blake Monroe, former Mariah May, taking on Jordan Grace. She played the perfect heel foil here for a while. You know, every time Jordan tried to catch her, she couldn't, then she could, then she could. Like, it was kind of like, oh, I can get you, but I can't. It's never enough. So she's able to stop her, but then, oh, I outsmarted you. It's basically, how fast can she run away? She hides behind Vic and Booker. Eventually, she catches her with the Stone Cold-esque original Luthies press, and they're trading punches. We get a tilt-a-whirl from Grace, and basically, she hits her again with a stretch muffler suplex, and these two end up, you know, basically doing a huge fall away slam, big kip up. Grace just looks like a beast here, gonna destroy her. But then they get to the outside, and Grace is basically fireman carrying her to the outside, and she's just dragging her to the top of the steps. But all of a sudden, she escaped, and she jumps backwards and slams her face. So again, I catch you, but I find a way out of it. You know, always the foil, but never quite there. It was a really good story of that back and forth cat and mouse game. I know I'm trying to be a weakling. I don't want you to hurt me, but then I'll take every advantage I can to attack you. They did this throughout the match. I mean, every time Grace started to dominate, it would, you know, eventually she would find a way to get back in there, and Blake would find a way to basically get the next upper hand. So they're trading strikes with each other and headbutts. We already saw them hit each other, you know, with a big running knee strike from Blake and a big fisherman suplex for a really good near fall from Jordan. Eventually, Jordan spins Blake around and reverses her in the corner for a really, really nice spine buster. It's like a super spine buster. I thought that could have been it because you just don't see that often. This was great. But she basically kicks out, gets a reverse stomp, you know, and does and basically smashes her head into the bottom buckle that was exposed from earlier. And all of a sudden, you know, she's in La La Land. Jordan Grace is on Dream Street. Her answering machine is only picking up. Blake knows this. She grabs her, hits her with her DDT finisher there, and that's it. It's what I expected. We had predicted her to win because if Jordan wins here, the story's essentially over. She got a revenge. But now there's going to be some type of stipulation match, I imagine. And, you know, the turnbuckle setup was good. I missed it initially, and I was like, oh, cool. When they, you know, they show it back, how basically it was like pulled as like a incidental by Jordan. So cool to see what's going on in that sense. But all in all, I absolutely enjoyed this match. I would again give 3 3/4 stars to this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the back and forth. And yes, happy birthday to Vince McMahon. All right. Thank you, Paul, for letting us know. Hopefully everybody's doing well on the Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it greatly. Hopefully everybody's hitting that like button, reposting, sharing, subscribing, whatever you can to help out. It's greatly appreciated. So we go ahead now, and, you know, the show is moving right along. The pacing's great. Everything is just going along really smooth. And I was shocked. I'm like, so how many? We've only had, what, 2 matches? Oh, we've had 4 matches already? Holy hell. Like, it flew by. The show was only, I think, 2 hours and 25 minutes long altogether. I mean, for NXT, even get in, get out. And that was with 6 matches. And none of them felt short or too long. They were all pretty much exactly as they should have been per, you know, what we got there. So I appreciate that much. And, you know, this one was actually one of the shorter ones that we had up next, but something that I was excited for. I put out a short earlier from our episode of Into Somewhere Weekly, which will be live again this Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Myself, Cody, we're going to let the community join in. Liz will be there. We'll be hearing from a few others. So let us know your predictions for Clash in Paris. It's going to be a great time. We'll give you news and the results and reviews of Raw and NXT as well, if I'm stuck in the hospital for the next 2 days. All depends on how my blood work goes. So let's see what happens. But All Ego Ethan Page, check the Twitter for updates. That's what I can tell you. At Countdown Ended on Twitter/X. Same on Instagram. All Ego Ethan Page, Chelsea Green with her Secret Harvest, Alba Fire, Piper Niven taking on Tavon Heights, and Tyra May Steele, the former Olympian herself. Mixed tag match. They had a very funny Canada chant coming from Massachusetts, you know, tonight, and the crowd basically just was pro-Canada the entire time. It was incredibly funny, but it also shows my big issue I said with this match initially. These aren't faces anybody gives a shit about because Tyra May Steele is brand new. She just came in from LFG. Is she impressive? She's incredibly strong. She's suplexed both Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. It was incredible. She's no, I think it was her and Alba Fire, Piper, if somebody, we'll get to it. It's in my notes further down, but yeah, a lot of crazy shit that she did in this match. You know, she's impressive, but she's still also very green on the other hand, and that's the unfortunate part of it. You know, we try to go ahead and judge by what we see, not what we want here most times. I knew what I wanted to see, and for that, we got it. The crowd, we want Chelsea while Paige is in the whole time. Tavon Heights is another one that's been a non-entity for so long. He did barely anything in the No Quarter Catch crew. He was useless for most of his tenure of NXT because they haven't featured him, really. He would be a heater for somebody debuting or coming in or coming home from injury. You know, they got to come back and they need a quick win. He's your guy to pin. So they have a jobber and someone that's just learning the craft. And you're going to take on 2 of the most charismatic, well-dressed, you know, Californian, not Canada natives. That's the 50th state, 51st now, you know, but hey, we'll work it out. We got to get rid of one state. So you guys fight in the comments. Which one are we getting rid of? I say Idaho, because that's not me, Idaho. Canada, you know, I love Canada as much as I can because of these two. They're so charismatic. Their online presence is hilarious. They keep it up very well, you know, always representing, even if not Toronto area.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto, a lamination.
Oh yeah, Cody's legit high, like he's fucked. Oops. He's legit, like, was like, I just see his phone, just him running outside in the grass in his underwear. He's like running like this with the light on. Wish I capped that. So eventually Ethan Page hits Tavon with a huge DDT for a near fall. That was great. Then they got Chelsea back in there and she slapped Tavon around and basically, I mean, Tyra May looked okay for the most part, but every now and again something would happen and it would just take you out of it. So she was doing the catapult and she sent Chelsea into Page and it was great. It was a highlight for her, you know, but there were other points they did like stereo crossbodies and she jumped, but like it just didn't look great. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on her. Like you just see like, because she's not like running, she's like stepping forward slowly because she knows like 1, 2, 3 jump. Like you go back and watch it. Like I said, it's not terrible, but they're trying to get over these new Olympic heroes. We have our Olympic gold medalists over here. Oh my God, these two are so great. And then we got a Canada chant coming from people in Lowell, Massachusetts. You cannot make this up, people. I swear. I did not foresee this happening. As far as like, I figured they'd cheer when they came out, but then boo them properly in the no. Nope. The crowd was like, you two mean dog shit to us. You have done nothing to impress us in the sense of, and they should be taking on, they shouldn't be on Heatwave unless they're going over another big heel team that people actually boo. Like you really didn't see this coming. I look back in hindsight and as the booker, I'd be like, duh. Yeah. And the sad part is Green should have lost here. Realistically, she's not a champion right now. Paige is. He could blame her. Blame the Secret Hervis. Alba messed up. This just pushes Tyra and Tavon all the way down. Yes, Alba Fire dragged Paige, you know, and got him up and Steel basically, you know, had him in an ankle lock. And that's when Alba Fire hits her with the super kick. That was so damn loud. Again, there was 3 of those moments. Again. The chop that Obafemi delivered to Javon. I don't think I've heard a more thunderous clap in my life. It was brutal. I mean, absolutely brutal. I'm shocked as well. I mean, I don't know how they're going to get these people over, but Ethan picking up the mic throughout just to yell at people in the crowd, and they're still cheering for him. He tried everything he could. The Canada flag. Oh, here we are, Canadians. Ah, what's this all about? Come on. While I'm drinking and gagging, insert co-host talking. I gotta get, you know, a sock puppet. If only a Demonito was not $7,000. No one wants to pay that much. Briggs sees Omafemi backstage, and this sets up a future for him as well. He's like, your reign is going to end tonight because Javon's a kid of destiny. But if you're, you know, if it's not true and the grind is not wearing you down, then I'm the next in line. Noba's like, your opinions are useless and insignificant. I'm next in line after defeating Inamura, and nobody's holding me back. I wish you luck. It was a good promo, but I still don't give a damn about Briggs, really. So, got to do more than what he did to Inamura. We got to see something big. I kind of felt it. I predicted, back in that match, so like I said, Chelsea, Green can't talk tonight, and Ethan Page, they went ahead and defeated them both. And it was really a lot of fun. Comedy match. 3 stars. Let's go with that. That sounds great. Trying to get the chair to go higher, but not quite. So, as we said, we're back to our main event. They announced the Homecoming NXT episode as they go back to Full Sail. They have No Mercy, Halloween Havoc. And then Ava also announced that an NXT, TNA, WWE, or AAA wrestler will be challenging Sol Ruca for the Speed title, and there's going to be a tournament to determine who. Both Speed titles are going to be defended, so that's pretty cool. Happy to hear that, at least. You know, at least they're doing something with it. Baz just meeting more women in wrestling. Glad he's having fun. He's fired for not being here. Somebody should tweet Spaz and let him know you're fired. I mean, Cody might be high off his rocker, but that little bastard showed up. You know what I'm saying? Has some loyalty. Can't deny it. But I do have to thank you guys. We are like, I haven't even actually checked it. You know what? Let's take a little break here. I have to do something. Analytics. We're close. I was hoping to hit it tonight. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Would have been cool. First off, congratulations to Liz for hitting 900 on Twitch. She's still going for that 1,000, so make sure you check out her links down below and help her get to that goal. And I'm close to 10K. I'm getting there. I was hoping we might hit it tonight, get another 22 in there. Go make some more profiles. I don't know. Only. Our main event was incredible. This was not just David versus Goliath. It wasn't just run away from the big man. It was a chess game, like they really tried to put over with the Okada match earlier. Oba basically, he always was so just aware of his ring presence, where he is, how far away he is from Javon. And Javon's always trying to keep his distance. So Oba's like, Evans just tries to move him and he just holds him down with his massive weight. And Evans is really hurting. His ribs are messed up. He's got that kinesio tape all over his shoulder and his back. And every time he tries to get back up, he tries to boot and rally, damn it. What does he do? Gets pounded back to the ground by huge, just quick, fast, hard strikes from Obafemi. Hard. You heard his back echo at one point. And it was right then and there. I'm like, they might do it. The way the crowd is being so bouncy, you know, they're getting into Javon so hardcore. I could see them doing it. I mean, what a story this would tell. And Obafemi, someone has to remind me, how did he lose the North American title? Was it in a ladder match? Because I can't seem to recall how he went ahead and lost that. That's been what's troubling me here. Not entirely sure, but we'll figure that out eventually. I think he lost it in the ladder match, but I might be wrong. You never know for sure. Thank you to all of you, though, that have already subscribed, and, checked us out everywhere else on Twitter, on X, on Rumble, and on Spotify. Search Into Somewhere on Spotify if you want to check us out over there. On live on Instagram as well. So thank you, as always, for being here. We appreciate it. Basically, you knew Javon was hurt, and he was just wrestling smart. He had a game plan. I'm going to try and avoid him as much as I can and capitalize on his aggressive nature. Another time, Oba was basically caught down. He gets hit in the head. He gets staggered by a few shoulder tackles, and then all of a sudden, Oba just catches Evans out of the air and just out of a huge slingshot. And then all of a sudden, he hits him with a super kick and takes him down to one knee. And then he hits him again, but Evans only gets a 1 count because Oba kicks out immediately. Goes up the top turnbuckle, going for his double stomp, and Oba puts his knees up, and Javon stops short, looks down, and then once he moves his knees, jumps on his chest. It was great. It made me smile. I was like, that is impressive. That's funny. And it's smart. Everything we needed at this point. He's basically, he's choking him to keeping him from doing any type of like suicide dive to the outside. And What's going on, Eddie? What's going on? No, I did not see the Young Bucks and Omega try to go to WWE to have a WrestleMania moment. That's hilarious, though. I could picture them doing it. You know, be the elite special. Hopefully, you're doing well. You know, Obafemi is just too big, too strong, and Evans knew this, so he hits him with this overhand chop in the chest, and like I said, it sounds like a gun goes off. I have to see if we can find this. I know it's out there somewhere, and let's see. Oba chop. Let's try that. Let's see if we get anything to come up. All right. Just him throwing him through the table. No, we saw that. I wanted to get the part where he chopped his ass and then, you know, sent him home crying to mom. I mean, it was brutal. Somebody's got to have it. Let's see. I'm gonna try one more with media. We'll see. If I can't find it, I apologize, but it's worth hearing the noise. It was just so damn incredibly loud. I can't recall a chop delivering that kind of an echo in this long. Like it blew me away. Absolutely crazy. And poor Javon just keeps going. Evans doesn't give up. He doesn't stop. And he's the only undefeated male champion in WWE during his current reign, Vic says. And Oba basically hits Evans with a press slam gut buster, gets a good near fall out of that. And basically, he tries to do a back suplex to Oba, but Evans ends up getting reversed and hit with a crossbody for another 2 count. Evans gets up and he sees Oba on the apron, so he drop kicks him off, and finally he hits him with a big spine buster. But Oba, you know, he couldn't get all of it straight down, and Javon Evans is able to kick out. And basically now he just starts focusing on the ribs and all these strikes, and even when every time Evans tries to get backed up, it's a backbreaker, it's a choke slam, it's like a shark on blood. It's methodical at this point. It's a goddamn Terminator. Like, he's so precise and just it's just so violent in such a different way, because he's not doing it to like he's not doing it as a bully. It's not to like instill fear in the sense of like maybe in the match he doesn't want you to fear him personally. He wants you to fear him as an opponent. Like, it's just a war to him. It's a battle. It's a whole point of attrition. Like, I'm not going to stop until there's nothing left. The crowd agreed, because what we saw next was great. You saw Evans run up and he reversed Oba into a huge tornado DVT. And then he gets a big splash on him. And then all of a sudden he hits him with a frog splash and gets a very good near fall. They start trading strikes, and he even hit a German suplex on Evans that basically he was able to turn him then inside out with a clothesline. Craziness. Now the chant is even growing more. This is awesome. Every bit of this you need to see, because now Javon gets shoved off the top rope into the referee. Huge ref bump. Main ref's down. And this is when he goes for the Frankensteiner off the top, but Oba blocks it. And Evans, I don't know how the hell he does this, but he reversed the powerbomb that Oba was going to hit into the Frankensteiner so clean. And Oba sold like a bastard in this match. He was every bit of a ragdoll and crash test dummy. He made Javon look amazing in so many moments. So now Evans hits him with a cutter, the big pop-up. It takes him down. And then he goes off the top. Oh, big cutter. Second ref comes out. 1, 2, 3. And Javon Evans is the new NXT. Wait, what? The original ref says no, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. You guys, you messed up. Obafemi's foot is under the rope, which is why we brought up Roadblock earlier with Triple H and Dean. We thought Dean had it won, but under the rope. It was great ring awareness again from the champion. Again, that chess match. I had to make myself vulnerable here so I can get your hope to die so that I could come unglued. And basically, Oba gets up, gets out of the way of Javon's aerial attack. I think he was doing some type of big dive. And the crowd is so pissed. They're chanting bullshit. That's it. Javon got screwed. And hopefully he'll get a rematch eventually, but he's going to win that title. And eventually Oba just picks him up and tosses him through the announce table. Just blaze this man so hard for his friggin' life. Nuts. Insane. Put it over my face so Instagram can see it too, because we're like this big. I got to figure out the format thing. Sorry, Instagram. Sorry, third time's a charm. Oh, they're going to take this down, but I had to show it. I still can't find the whip crack. Somebody hook me up. Can't have an underdog win. Not yet. It's not underdog Sami Zayn. It's main event WrestleMania Sami Zayn. You know, no more underdogs. So he goes into the announce table. Javon goes over and scoops him up like a newborn would be scooped by its mother. Just picks him up, brings him inside, and hits him with a big pop-up power bomb, like dead man Takamichinoku style, into the fucking mat. 17 minutes and I think like 50 seconds, something close to that. Javon Evans couldn't get it. He tried, just came up short. And unlike you guys helping me up those numbers. Thank you for subscribing. Javon's dream couldn't happen. He's not going to get to have a victory party with the Soul Snatcher.
The Soul Snatcher.
And he may not be getting a rematch right away because afterwards, we were surprised. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. The Revolution is televised. It's Ricky Saints. Oh my God. I couldn't have been happier. I went from feeling somewhat excited that Oba's still champ for a weird reason. Like, I really like him. His reign is very impressive. He's still a face, but he's a badass. He tells it how it is. He's very, very impressive in so many ways. You get what I'm saying, you know, just so many ways. The man is packing. And Javon has got a bright future. Same with Ricky. But Ricky coming out makes me think Javon, I mean, maybe they're laying it on heavy with him being injured because he is legitimately injured, and this will give him some time to be away for a couple of weeks and heal up. He does have a very heavy crash offense, and I'm sure he needs a couple of weeks to rest. It was a very quick build. It was barely a week's time for this match to be made. There's more to be built here, and a lot of people are saying basically on social media, through the Reddits and Twitter, that we don't need Obafemi as champion anymore. NXT needs to move on because other than Ricky Saints, there's no one on the roster that stands out. And I'm like, yeah, they destroyed Inamara. They destroyed Briggs. Rick has been beaten by everybody, but now he's TNA champ. Joe Hendry's been beat. Who do they have that they really haven't used? Moose has been beat. I mean, are we going to start just like Tavon Heights kind of era thing again? Like, just going to throw people at him that have no shot at all? Ricky Saints, at least I could buy into him winning it with how, you know, he survived quite so many beatings, but he also did lose to Ethan Page. And I don't think Obafemi would lose to him one-on-one, right? No? Oh. So, yeah. Oba needs to go up. Yeah. They've kind of booked themselves into a not terrible, but could eventually quickly go south and sour with the audience. As you see, people wanted Javon tonight. This is bullshit. They're upset. It's okay to have those every now and again, but it's hard when it's a babyface and they're not supposed to have heat. Yes, he's a bastard, but he didn't screw him over. The ref counted 3, but his foot was under, so it doesn't count. It was fair. He's a good guy. He didn't do anything wrong. That's the rules. He followed the rules. I could see if he pulled, you know, the tights up his ass and then poked him in the eye and then, you know, kicked him in the dick. No, none of that happened. Case closed. Obafemi's a good guy. But I agree, he's got to go. It's causing too many problems. Oba, you're making it difficult, my man. I don't know why it has to be that way, but you got to lose eventually. Someone's got to pin you. Who better to put over than Ricky Saints? Who better than Ricky? Not Canyon, Ricky. AEW was like it went by quick because I was entertained, but it still felt long. With this, the pacing, everything, it was much shorter too. I mean, AEW went like, what, 5 hours, roughly 4.5, somewhere around there. And this was 2 and 25, around there. I would give this show, I mean, I gave AEW around the same thing, probably like a 7.5 and all in like a 7. Or excuse me, Forbidden Door. Don't mind me there. With all the matches that we saw today, I mean, Cody was at what, 6.5, somewhere in there. So 7 seems fair. And for this, 7.5. It doesn't quite hit an 8. There was no bad match, and there wasn't. And a 7 isn't terrible either. I mean, that's good. That's a 3-star territory, 3.5, really. They had a really solid opening match, a really solid tag match. They had a really solid triple threat for the women's title with a surprise winner. I didn't think Ash was going to win. They went ahead and had a really good match with Blake and Jordan. They told a good story, and now we got to see Jordan finally get revenge because she's the girl that can't get it done. It's a compelling story for her. She was wrecking everybody for years in TNA. Now in NXT, maybe you're not the best. It's a really telling, story. Can she handle it? Can she mold herself to be something new? Can she reinvent herself? Can she find a way to dig down deep and rip these fucking stitches out of me? Oh, God, I can't take this. They want me to wait like another week and a half. That ain't happening. I'm going to cut this cast off myself and rip them out if it gets to that point. People know I'm not kidding. I'm not waiting. Danny, take all those staples out. Can't be that bad, right? All in all, the main event was great. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green was a lot of fun, but not like a amazing match to show somebody that's not seen wrestling. Well, maybe with some of the comedy, but none of it was like too ridiculous. Nothing here happened that made me angry. I see what they're doing. They're showing us where the future is going. We know who they're going to face. We have a few weeks to get there. It's not until what, the second weekend of September, and then the end of the September we have All Out. And we all know where that's going to be.
Yo, we clutched up in Toronto,
I didn't even say it.
elimination chamber, steel cage set, it's cutthroat behavior.
Yeah, going back through with AEW though, a lot of matches and not a lot of great story. The actual main event, MJF and Hangman, was a really good match, but how they got there was very sloppy. I understand burning down someone's house, but if you're going to light a man on fire, isn't that like, we're past arson? That's murder. Like that, you can't just get away with on TV. So I know you're not going to set him on fire. You could have just been like, oh, we're going to torch his brother's grave. Since you already went there, do something. Come on. You want heat? Get real heat, MJF. Don't be a wuss bag. I'm going to set him on fire. No, you're not. There's only one person that does that. It's Jungle Boy. Yeah, ask Darby. Kyle Fletcher. It was fun to see him, out there whooping ass, and Wardlow's back. Not going to wake up everybody by screaming. But that main event was just balls to the walls nuts in my not so favorite way. Some people like Liz and others said they enjoyed Forbidden Door more. I believe it. I'm curious, to see what people think. We'll just do it quick like here. Better, question mark. And I'm going to put AEW, Forbidden Door, all abbreviated, NXT Heat. There we go. Answer that poll, folks, and let me know it's in the YouTube chat. I appreciate it. And I really do appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. It's been a ton of fun. Yeah, I think I'd still give a 7 to Forbidden Door. That Adam Copeland and Christian Cage match was just, besides the ending, they don't seem like they're chummy. I know they're trying to save it for, when we get to the next show. No? In the Dome? Yo,
we clutched up in Toronto, elimination chamber, steel cage.
Right now, Forbidden Door is winning with 100% of the vote, so we'll see what happens. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. We will be live definitely this Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly. If we're not live Monday and Tuesday, the normal schedule will resume the week after. I apologize. There's some unforeseen hospital circumstances that may or may not happen, so keep updates with my Twitter/X at CountdownEnded or on Instagram at CountdownEnded, and I'll let you know what's going on. If I can make it, we'll have a Raw review, we'll have an NXT review. If not, I'll see you all Wednesday for Into Somewhere Weekly. We've got a lot to break down. We got Clash in Paris. We've got to talk about everything else coming up with John Cena's retirement tour. We're going to have predictions from the community as well. It's going to be a great time, so you guys aren't going to want to miss it. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Go ahead and find us, youtube.com/Jake.DeMarco. Go ahead and hang out with us. We'll be there this Wednesday, definitely 10 p.m. And if we are live Monday and Tuesday, it'll be after Raw and NXT ends. Next weekend, we'll see what we're doing if anything's live. But before then, we got more of the episodes of the podcast coming for you guys. UCR will be out. Unapologetic and completely random. Thank you so much again to everybody for making this a great day, a great weekend, a ton of fun, and for helping me almost hit 10K. I genuinely love you all. Thank you for making my often shitty life a lot better. I appreciate you all more than you know, far more than you realize, more than you fathom. Hope you all have a great night. Stay sexy.
Jake and Cody on the screen, voices loud, bright and mean. NXT Heatwave, prediction scream. Forbidden door, wide open wide. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna slide? Talking matches, truth won't hide. Into somewhere we all go. We all go, we all go. Wrestling futures they all show. Jake and Cody rocking the flow. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Into somewhere. Fans in the chat throwing wild extremes. Jake's got crutches, but his spirit won't bow. Cody laughs, Jake wipes his brow.